I thought I've seen it all. I thought I've seen it all.
Yep.
Okay? And we talked about this at 4 o'clock. We've got a president, right, who is turning off the SNAP benefits. Okay?
Yeah.
We've talked about that for a couple days. Imagine fighting in court to not feed people. Okay?
So I'm going to give you the latest.
Now we've got some breaking news, and it only gets more cruel.
And I just want to be very clear because it's happening in stages. Yesterday, a federal judge said you must pay 100% of SNAP benefits.
SNAP benefits are food stamps.
Yeah.
900,000 Arizonans need them to eat.
The Trump administration said we could pay 50%. That was what they were willing to do. The judge said, no, you must pay 100.
Right.
Okay. So that was yesterday.
Got it.
We learned last night, late in the afternoon, they were going to appeal that decision.
Which is just horrific.
They went before a federal appellate court today.
Okay.
And the federal appellate court denied the Trump administration's attempt to halt food stamp funding. Okay. So the federal appellate court said, no, some states, including Arizona, says we've actually started to get some of the money in now. Like literally the spigot opened up. But so the people distributing the money are over here. The Trump lawyers are over here.
Right. You've got one side of the White House starting to trickle money in.
Give money to the SNAP benefits.
And you've got one side of the White House where Trump is
desperately fighting against it.
Again, I'll say it. Fighting in court to not feed people.
So the latest is that the Trump administration has now appealed to the Supreme Court of the United States to step in and
not feed people.
Stop the distribution of full SNAP benefits.
I have never seen anything like this. I'm so appalled and disgusted.
They filed an emergency application at the Supreme Court
to not feed people
over the court ruling that would require them to fund SNAP in full for the month of November.
This is like the worst thing I've seen a president do in a long time. When it comes down to the basic necessities in life, food, water, there's one man who doesn't want people to get those benefits, and it's Donald Trump. I'll say it again. I always do this. I just want to make sure I'm on the, you all know. I was never a never Trumper. I'm not, what do you call it? I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. I don't love the man. I certainly don't hate the man. I don't think he's a good president. I think he's horrible.
He's even a worse person, I can assure you that.
This is about the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen. When these SNAP benefits go out, by the way, in the last shutdown and every shutdown before it, these food stamps still went to the people who needed them. And this is one man who has done one thing that has never happened in the United States of American history, where he is saying, no, we will not feed people. It's one guy. And he doesn't want these benefits, which are already starting to trickle out.
As per the judge's order.
It's like this, Bruce. It's like this. The per the judge's order, some of the benefits have started to trickle out, and Arizona's getting this. And so just think about it. Like there's going to be some food that goes on people's table, and it's Donald Trump's little grubby hand taking the food off the table. That's the picture in my mind.
Yeah.
He is taking his hand, and he is going into people's homes, and he's taking I'm not being over dramatic here. People will go hungry.
They have asked the Supreme Court to rule on this by 9:30 Eastern time, 7:30 our time. Now, I don't know if you can...
I don't know if you can do that.
I don't know if that means like the Supreme Court, like they all cancel dinner plans and show back up. Like I admit that I'm not enough of a Supreme Court person, but yeah, they've issued an emergency order, and they are asking for a decision by 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, 7:30 Phoenix time.
Can you imagine in the richest country in the world that there are people that are facing imminent hunger now because of one man? Yeah. A petty, petulant child. That's what we're seeing. It's one person. If you can't restock your pantries or your refrigerator, if you don't have these SNAP benefits, you're going to go hungry. And he's allowing it. And not only, it's not even he's allowing it, he's fighting the courts to not feed people. There's no other way to say it.
I mean, far be it from me. There could be an argument that they are appealing this because they think the judiciary overstepped its bounds in telling the executive branch what to do. Like there's an argument that a judge can't do that. I get that. But that doesn't, the problem is they're using SNAP benefits to make the point.
Yeah.
And they're not asking for a ruling on, hey, could this judge do it? But by the way, we're still going to pay. We're still going to get the SNAP benefits. They're trying to put an end to the SNAP benefits. Yeah. So I guess Trump thinks if people get hungry enough, they'll get mad enough and they'll blame the Democrats. I mean, where else is that going? Because again, he's surrounded by people that are telling him you are winning this shutdown. You're killing it. Everybody loves you. You have a 90% approval rating. You're the most loved and greatest president who has ever lived. He's surrounded by people that tell him that.
So we can't afford to help feed elderly, the children,
infants,
retired people, veterans,
vets.
But we can build a ballroom.
Well, you left out the $40 billion we gave Argentina.
We can send $40 billion to Argentina.
Make Argentina great again. I mean, come on.
I don't think I've seen anything more despicable from a president. Listen, I know that Bill Clinton's disgusting in what he did.
Yeah,
I get it. By the way, Joe Biden, not fit to be president, lied to everybody. Everybody in the White House lied about how he was totally fit. I'm not brushing that off either because that was
I don't think they're remotely comparable.
I think it's a big one. But when you decide that you want to fight people for food.
All the way to the Supreme Court.
If you want to go all the way to the Supreme Court just to prove you're right or to say, I don't like when these other courts are bossing me around. First of all,
I don't like when anyone tells me what to do.
You're really not the boss, by the way. You are the president, but I thought we had three branches of government.
We have three co-equal branches of government.
I don't think he knows that, Bruce.
He doesn't care.
I don't think he cares either.
Well, I guarantee you he doesn't know it. like again, he learns new words every day he thinks are made up that have been in the English language for thousands of years.
It's incredible to me that we would have a president that would do something like this.
Yeah. Well, this is where we're at.
You are fighting in court to not feed people.
So let me play this out.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to force Senate Republicans to come to some sort of deal because they're like, we need to put an end to this because who knows what this crackpot will do next. And we're going to take the heat for it. They know. Senate Republicans know. We're going to get beat up over this.
You're saying this is the tipping point.
And, well, they're just like, goodness knows what he'll go fight next. I mean, we're going to be the party of starving people?
I'll play it out.
Do you see what I'm saying?
100%.
Like if you're John Thune, Speaker Thune, you're like, we are going to get crushed.
I'll play it out on my side.
Okay.
Because I think that where you're going is right. I think if you're just joining us, Trump now has asked the United States Supreme Court to, I guess,
overturn
a court order that says you have to pay the full SNAP benefits. Okay.
That's exactly what they're appealing.
He's fighting in court to not feed people.
Correct.
Okay. 7:30 tonight, we're supposed to hear something.
That's what they've asked for.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play this out. The Supreme Court says, are you crazy? Are you insane? And
the Supreme Court's going to rule on the legal matter of it. Yeah,
but they don't overturn this. He's still not going to do it. So what we could be looking at is the first president to get an order from the courts,
go all the way to the Supreme Court
and ignore it,
lose
and ignore it. And if that happens, Bruce, that is mass chaos. If that were to happen, that is chaos. And that is not democracy.
You're not hearing an argument out of me. And again, hardly any of it surprising. If you are dealing, though, with food insecurity, if you're one of the people, when we're talking about this, it is directly impacting you. It is terrifying.
We've gotten texts of people who are scared where their next meal is going to come from. So this doesn't have anything to do with politics, folks. It just has to be, this is the human thing
decency,
to do.
Human decency, yeah. Text the word food to 620-620. That's food to 620-620. We will give you a list of available resources, including food banks, pantries, soup kitchens that serve people, plus also places that accept donations. If you are on the other side of this and you're not worried about where your next meal is going to come from. So this continues to play itself out. It is still very unclear exactly what happens next. And again, we will see if the Supreme Court weighs in by sometime tonight.
They're not on like you can't just call.
They're on call. Like, I don't know how it works. I don't know. Like the bat light goes up and all the Supreme Court justices run back down. Like,
it doesn't work that way.
I don't think it works that way either.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.